sit on the site. But some Jewish people want to build a third Jewish temple. CBN correspondent Julie Stahl spoke with expert Liz Healy about that vision and its challenges.
Liz Healy, welcome to Jerusalem Dateline.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Yeah, and we're here on the Mount of Olives with lots of tourists.
So it's a beautiful thing, you know, the third temple being built and being completed. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing.
And we're overlooking the Temple Mount with the Golden Dome of the Rock and the Al-Aqsa Mosque. What's the significance of the Temple Mount to Muslims?
For Muslims, it's the third
You
holy.
see that, and of course, Karen gonna be the spokesman of that. You see what I'm saying? So you got all these people excited about the third temple and being built, but when they realize how this third temple is actually being built and that the third temple is actually complete, it's gonna be a lot of people mad. It's gonna be a lot of people upset, right? We're gonna finish this.
Site in their religion, but
What is that?
interestingly enough, it's not the Dome of the Rock, which is the most prominent site. It's the Al-Aqsa Mosque.
What's the significance of the Temple Mount to the Jewish people?
In Jewish tradition, this is where Adam was created. It was also the place after the flood that Noah brought an offering to the Lord. We know that this is the place where Abraham brought Isaac to be sacrificed. Also the place where David bought the threshing floor, where he said he would make an offering to God that cost him nothing. And it's the site of the first and second temples. It was believed by most also the place for the third temple, where it will be built.
It's such a holy site to so many people.
You see that? So what we need to know as a people as a whole, that the Most High has already been building this temple. This temple is 1,000 years in the making. Thousands of years in the making. Yahweh Shah, he tried to explain that to the people. Let me get that John 2 and 18. John 2 and 18. John 2 and 18.
You got it.
Give me that.
John chapter 2, verse 18. Then answered the Jews and said unto him,
Give me 17.
John chapter 2 and 17. And his disciples remembered that it was written, the zeal of thine house have eaten me up.
Read on.
They answered the Jews and said unto him, what sign showeth thou unto us, seeing that thou doest these things? Yahushua answered and said unto them, destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it up.
Why Yahweh Shah said he was speaking spiritual. You gotta understand. Give me 1 Corinthians 2 and 14. The building of the third temple is all spiritual, and everything that we doing right now is in the spirit. Right? Give me John 4 and 24 also. He said the days that come, paraphrasing, the true worshipers will worship him in spirit and truth. So we know what's required. We know how to sacrifice. We understand how the temple is being built. And we understand this word, and there's a certain amount of men and women and even children that take this word and they honor it. They understand it and they live by it. They hold dear to it, man. Give me John 2 and 24. You got that?
John 2, verse 24. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in
You
truth.
see that? So we understand that these things are spiritual. Everything that's going on is spiritual. Everything in your life, everything that happens, you got to understand that there's a spiritual, first it's happening in the spiritual realm. So to understand that, then you in tune with your God. You see what I'm saying? We have to worship in spirit and truth. And these are carnal men. These are carnal men talking about a temple, a third temple that they wasn't given. They wasn't given the measurements, the wood, the type of jewels. They wasn't given the outline as to build a third temple. That's why they've been trying to build this thing for almost 100 years, and they keep duping the people. Every year they supposed to, we're gonna build a temple, and our people just keep biting the bait. They can't build a temple. You wasn't given the outline. That was given to Solomon and then passed down to his sons. Right? So now you got our forefathers, you got apostles, you got great men, prophets right now that's rebuilding this temple, and the temple is almost complete. And we gotta understand it through the spirit. That's what the Most High is telling us in these last days. Give me that again, Shanetta.
John 4 and 24.
Read.
God is a spirit,
Most High is a spirit. Read.
and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth.
You gotta be in the spirit. Give me that 1 Corinthians 2:14.
1 Corinthians 2:14.
Read.
But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God.
They can't understand these things. The natural man can't understand these things. Why?
For they are foolishness unto him.
Right.
Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned.
See that? So this temple, you gotta understand is you a part. Most High willing, you a part of that temple. Most High willing, David, you a part of this temple that the Most High is building. Most High willing, I'm a part of it. You see, I want to give me 1 Kings 7. I'm kind of jumping the gun a little bit, but give me 1 Kings 7, and we're gonna hop around. Give me 1 Kings 7 and 9, right? Give me 1 Kings 7 and 9.
Alright.
Give me 1 Kings 5 and 17, right? Cause give me 2 Peter 2 and 5. 1 Peter 2 and 5 real quick. I need that real quick. 1 Peter 2 and 5, right? So we gonna spiritually discern the spiritual house that's being built by the Most High. It's being built strong. It's being built beautiful. Look at your brothers and sisters, man. You know what I'm saying? I was just looking at some pictures of me and your mother when we was back in the world. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of, you go back and look at the pictures, and you see the growth. You see where the Most High brought you from, and it's a beautiful thing. Now you know your worth. The majority of our people, before they came into this truth, they was living a life and they didn't understand their wealth. They didn't understand their worth. So now you're looking at brothers and sisters that do understand their worth, man. You looking at our sisters and they covering their bodies. They're humble and submissive. That's priceless. You hear me? That is priceless in a world where women don't know their worth. They get naked on the stage and let heathens throw dollars at them while they dance naked, man. You see what I'm saying? We live in a world where your brothers will sell their soul for a rap deal, for a car with rims. You know what I'm saying? For nothing, man. So it's a beautiful thing how the Most High is building this temple. And where is this temple? It's Jerusalem. It's us, it's the people. But you gotta understand it through the spirit. All these things sound foolishness to the natural man. He can never understand it. Read that again. 1 Corinthians 2 and 14.
1 Corinthians 2 and 14.
Read that.
First Corinthians 2 and 14. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God, for they are foolishness unto him. Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned.
It's spiritually discerned. Now give me 3 and 16. Listen to this, y'all.
1 Corinthians 3 and 16.
Listen.
Know ye not that ye are the temple of God?
Read it again.
Know ye not that ye are the temple of God?
Don't you know that you're the temple of God? Don't you understand that the Most High is trying to build you? We got to understand you have to live a certain way. You hear that, Trinity? You got to live a certain way. Because when you know you're the temple of God, you're gonna do holy things. When you know that the Most High want to dwell within you, you're not going to be partying with these heathens. You're not going to come up missing around these heathenistic holidays. You got certain brothers and certain sisters you don't hear from them. Hey, when it's Thanksgiving, all of a sudden, the brothers and sisters just poof. And then when the holiday's over, then they reappear. Then when Thanksgiving come around, it just poof. And then when Thanksgiving over, then they just reappear. Read that again.
Know ye not that ye are the temple of God?
Don't you know you're the temple of God? Read.
And that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you.
Right, so you have to be holy. And holy means separate. Holy means separate. You can't, the Most High is saying, don't you know you can't be like them? Don't you know that I chose you to be different? Don't you know that I want you to be a precious jewel in this temple that I'm building? I got something better for you. You just gotta be patient. Give me that. 1 Peter 2 and 5. You had a precept, Judah?
Yeah.
Bring it up.
My precept is Revelations 3 and 12.
Read.
To him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God,
You see that? That's spiritual.
and he shall go no more out. And I will write upon him the name of my God, and the city of my God, which is New Jerusalem.
New Jerusalem. He said to he that overcometh what?
To he that overcometh, will I write upon him the name of my
No, he will make him what? I will make him what?
I will make him a pillar.
A pillar. So you got 144,000 pillars. You talking about these men are immovable. Just start looking at the video. Start examining these brothers. They've been in the truth 30, 35 years, 25 years, 20, 15, 10, 5. And these brothers are immovable. They've literally watched they watch brothers come and go. They watch sisters come and go and give excuses. But these brothers do not move, man. You look up, hey, it's been 5 years, that brother's still there. You look up, it's been 10 years. You look up 15 years and he's seen 5,000, 10,000 men come and go. But read that one more time. So this is a spiritual thing. The Most High, He not dealing with men that's celebrating these holidays, that sneak in having. He not dealing with these people that bend. A pillar don't bend. A pillar don't budge. A pillar is sturdy. You can put stuff on it. It can hold weight. It can carry stuff. And that's how the Most High is building this thing. He's building this on people that He can depend on. Read it again.
To him that overcometh, will I make him a pillar in the temple of my God.
Pillar, man. Give me that, Chanel.
1 Peter 2. What do you want? 2 and 5? Ye also, as lively stones,
As what?
as lively stones,
Read.
are built up a spiritual
You
house.
see that? So in this temple, what? Give me that. Give me that. 1 Kings 7 and 9. How are you gonna have a temple of God without beautiful stones in it? You see what I'm saying? What's your favorite stone?
Emerald?
Emerald. So the Most High is gonna have. Where do you find emeralds at though? Are they easy to find?
Hard.
What's your favorite stone?
I don't think I have one.
You need to get one. What's your favorite stone?
Sardis.
Cyrus, where do you find that stone at? Can you just go to the corner store and you just look on the ground and you find it? What's your favorite stone?
I like the red one, and it still drives it.
You like the red one? Okay. What about you, David?
Gold.
You like gold? Okay, we can have that too. But read that again. So where do y'all find precious stones at? Are they just anywhere? Right. So these stones at the Most High's, they're hard to find. They're individuals. They're one of a kind. That's what the Lord is. He's choosing men and women that are one. Well, actually, the men. But he want women too. But the men are gonna build up this house. Hey, but you women, you females, you gotta be special and one of a kind too. You see what I'm saying? Hey, he looking for precious jewels, one of a kind. Give me that 1 Kings 9 and 7. I'm gonna prove it to you. Read that again.
1 Peter 2 and 5. Ye also, as lively stones, are built up as spiritual house,
Spiritual house. That's the temple of the Most High. Read.
and holy priesthood, to offer up spiritual
So
sacrifices.
now they always ask us, why would you keep commandments and you can't go slaughter an ox or a cow or a sheep and we offer up what? Stay there, Snutter.
Offer up spiritual sacrifices.
See, this whole thing is being built spiritual. You see that, Judah? And we got a spiritual altar. We got a spiritual temple. Now we offer up spiritual sacrifices. Why you keep reading, Snutter?
Acceptable to Yahweh by Yahushai.
Read on.
Wherefore also it is contained in the scripture, behold, I lay in Sion a chief cornerstone, elect, precious, and he that believeth on him shall not be confounded.
Right, so the Most High, he's gathering stones. He's gathering stones. He's gathering stones all over the earth, man. You find precious stones in the dirt, y'all. That's where you find it. You get what I'm saying? What did he find? Hey, let's get that. Genesis, Before we get there, let's get Genesis 2. What is it? Let's get Genesis 2. David, let me get that. This is where you find precious stones, man. You gotta harvest them out of the dirt, right? Let's get that. Genesis, a man was created out of the dirt. 2. Come on, quick on the sword. Get it, Judah. Genesis 2 and 7.
It's for the Genesis, chapter 2 and verse 7. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life.
Right, so Adam was brought out of the ground. That's where the Most High, how precious was Adam? There was nobody else like Adam. That's where the Most High, he's getting these precious stones to build his temple. He's building up man out of nothing. He's bringing up man out of the ashes. He's bringing up man from the dust of the ground and breathing into them the breath of life, man. And they're living. All this is spiritual, man, and it's beautiful. When you understand how the Most High is doing it, you can receive it. Right, so we have more on there. Give me that 1 Kings.
And we just still in Romans
7.
Yeah, Shanetta, give me Isaiah 61 and 3.
I got first King.
I want you to hold that. David, give me Psalms 40 and 2. Psalms 40 and 2. So we gotta understand where these jewels are coming from. These precious jewels. It tell us what the jewels are. Get Revelations 21. Judah and 18. Revelation 21 and 18.
It's the book of Revelations, chapter 21 and verse 18.
Read that.
And the building of the wall of it was jasper,
Uh-huh.
and the city was pure gold,
Right.
like unto clear glass.
Read on.
The foundations of the city were garnished with all manners of precious stones.
It's garnished, so this temple was being built up with all manner of precious stones. Why did it tell you that? Keep reading. Keep reading.
The first foundation was jasper, the second sapphire, the third chalcedony, the fourth an emerald, the fifth sardonyx, the sixth sardius, the seventh chrysolite, the eighth beryl, the ninth a topaz, the 10th a chrysoprase, and the 11th a jacinth.
Right, so these are all precious stones. Give me that, David. Give me that Psalms.
Psalms chapter 40 and verse 2. And he brought me up also out of the horrible pit.
Out of the what?
Horrible pit.
That's where the Most High is getting these stones, these precious jewels, out of the horrible pit. Read on.
Out of the milky clay.
Out of the mud. You see that? See how he brought us out of the mud? He's bringing certain men up out of the mud, man. That's where he got Adam. He got Adam out of the mud. He got David out of the mud. Wasn't David on the backside of the desert? You had a precept? Hey, sleeping with the sheep, smelling funky. Hey, despised by his brother. David was despised. Yahweh Shah was despised. That's what he do, man. What was that precept that you had, Shanetta, about the Most High exalt the ones that's being mocked? It was a far precept you gave me, like yesterday. I was like, send that to me.
I
man.
sent it to you.
You send it to me, see if you can, well, anyhow, the Most High is using those that's overlooked, downtrodden, mocked. You see what I'm saying? Those, he's rising those from the dust, man. Those are his beautiful, precious jewels, man. You know, you ask these men where they came from, they'll tell you that they came from nothing. And the Most High formed these men out of the dirt and breathed into them, breathing into them the breath of life. And now these men are rising, now they're speaking, now they're building. They're building up this temple, and it's all spiritual. We're the result of some of these men. What you see right now is the result of that, man. So give me, I know I called a lot of precepts because I had so much coming in my mind. Give me Isaiah 61 and 3. Yasha.
Isaiah 61 verse 3.
Read that.
to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes.
Beauty for what?
Ashes.
See that? So that's the whole point, to give Israel beauty for ashes, man. That's beautiful, man. Give me 1 Kings 7 and 9, right? So these jewels are coming up out of the dirt.
1 Kings 7 and 9.
Read that.
All these were of costly stones.
Of what?
Of costly stones.
You gotta know how precious you are, Judah. You see that? You're not like your friends, man. I know you know you got friends and they, can Judah play and can Judah come out and you go play with you, but they're not like you. They're not like you, man. You're gonna have to come to them terms. I had to come to it. Being in this truth, you gotta understand that you're special. The Most High handpicked you. Out of many, He handpicked you, and you're a precious stone. You hear that? You're precious, man. And the Most High says this is how we're supposed to speak to one another, comfortably. This is how we're supposed to build each other up. You're not supposed to teach your daughter that she's a bad bitch. Oh, you sexy girl. You're not supposed to teach your son that he's a thug. Yeah, when you hold the gun like this, dude. No, man. You're a king and you're special to the Most High. All these are what?
All these were of costly stones.
You're priceless, man. That's what the Most High is telling you, Judah. Now, you can put a price on a lot of things, but you can't put a price on you. What he's saying, these are costly stones. You can't find another young brother your age doing what you're doing. He's speaking to you. These are jewels that's hard to be found. When you got to examine your life. Man, am I doing what everybody else doing, or am I doing something irregular? Can you find what you're doing? Is it normal? All these were costly stones. The most priceless stones, hey, they don't even let people see them. They behind a damn vault. You gotta view it through a damn a TV or something. That's how precious you are. Read that again.
All these were of costly stones.
Read.
According to the measures of huge stones.
Of huge stones. Read.
Solved with saws. Within and without.
Right.
Even from the foundation into the coping. And so on the outside towards the great court.
Give me 9. Give me 9. 9 and 7. 7 and 9. Salakia. 7 and 9.
First Kings 7 and 9.
Yeah.
I just read that.
You read 7. You give me 5 and 17. You sure you read 7 and 9?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
First Kings 5 and 17.
Read that.
And the house that is the temple before it was 40 cubits long.
Mm-hmm.
And the cedar of the house within was carved with nopes and open flowers. All was cedar. There was no stone seen.
Read on.
And the oracle he prepared in the house within.
Was that 5 and 17? 1 Kings 5 and 17?
No, that's not.
Give me 5 and 17.
1 Kings 5 and 17.
Read that.
And the house that is the temple before it was 40 cubits long.
1 Kings 5 and 17.
I got it.
Read that.
1 Kings chapter 5, verse 17. And the king commanded, and they brought great stones.
You see that? So that's what the Most High. Give me Revelations 21 and 2. Keep reading, Shanada.
And the king commanded, and they brought great stones.
Right.
Costly stones.
Read.
And huge stones, and laid the foundation of the house.
To lay the foundation of the house. So these men that you're seeing doing this work, you can't find another man like them. All these men are unique. All these men are one of a kind. You can't duplicate them. Hey, these men are doing something that you've never seen, man. And every man is in his rightful position. So you got to examine your life, man. I pray, man. I pray. I want to be one of these stones. You want to do something that you want to be that stone. You want to be that precious gem that's only one of a kind. Nobody else is doing what you're doing. You see? But keep reading.
Verse 18. And Solomon's builders and Hiram's builders did hew them, and the stones corers So they prepared timber and stones to build the house.
Give me 7 and 10. Watch this.
Chapter 7, verse 10. And the foundation was of costly stones, even great stones, stones of 10 cubits, and stones of 8 cubits.
Now, let me see the measurement of a cubit. When the last time Esau can't find a stone with 10 cubits? He can't. Let me see how many cubits is 1 foot. Right. So cubits of feet. So 1 cubit is about 1.5 feet. So this stone was 10 cubits. So, man, this stone is about 15 feet. A precious jewel. When the last time you seen one of them?
Never.
These are one of a kind. Keep reading. Verse 11.
Verse 11. And above were costly stones, after the measures of hewed stones and cedars.
So this is what the Most High is going to begin to build with this temple. Well, he's already started building it with these type of men. Now give me Revelation 21 and 1.
Revelation.
Actually 21 and give me Revelations 11 and 1. That's what I need.
Revelations 11 and 1. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood, saying, Rise and measure the temple of God, and the altar and them that worship therein.
So the Most High is beginning to build. He said, rise and measure the temple of God. So the Most High is going to give you the dimensions of the temple. And he's already given us some, but he's going to start breaking it down in detail. Give me Revelations 21 and 17. Julie, watch this.
Revelation chapter 21.
Matter of
verse
fact,
17.
give me verse 2 real quick.
But the court which is without the temple leave out.
Do what?
But the court which is without the temple leave out.
So the Most High said, measure the altar. Hey, measure the temple. He said, but the court, you got to leave it out. That's not a part of this building. Read.
And measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles.
No, the Gentiles going to be a part of the temple.
For it is given it unto the Gentiles.
No, the Gentiles going to be a part of the kingdom.
For it is given unto the Gentiles.
Right, so the Gentiles can't be a part of this. And that's a beautiful thing. So you got to understand how precious this temple is, and you need to be doing everything that you can do to be a part of it. Because the Gentiles can't be a part of it, and the Most High is going to select one out of every 3 Black, Hispanic, and Native American to be a part of this. It's basically musical chairs. It's a limited amount of seats, man. Our people think we've been brainwashed with this doctrine that when the Jewish people build this temple, then you get your life together, and at the last minute, hey, you can call on Jesus and you'll be saved. They'll tell you that as long as I got breath. So they put this in your mind state that you can live however the hell you want to live. And on your dying bed, that's when you give your life to the Most High. And that's nonsense, man. You have to work to be a part of this, man. Right? You had a preception of it? Bring it out.
2 Timothy 2 and 19.
Read.
2 Timothy 2 and 19. Nevertheless, the foundation of God standeth sure, having this seal, the Lord knoweth them that are his, and let everyone that nameth the name of Yahushua depart from iniquity.
You see that? You have to depart from iniquity. The Most High knows. Give me Romans 12 and 1. Gotcha. So it's not just it's going to be hard. It's going to be a lot of sacrifice. It's going to be a lot of, Paul said, I die daily. Somebody give me that. Look that up real quick. Give me that.
Romans 12 and 1.
Listen to this, Judah.
I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that ye present your bodies as a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable
You
service.
see that? So now, this is how we sacrifice. in this holy temple. You got to present your body a living sacrifice. You got that?
Yeah, it's 1 Corinthians 15:31.
Give me that. So how do you do this? How do you present your body a living sacrifice? How do you do that?
Die to your flesh.
You have to die to your flesh, man. You have to die to the things that, hey, give me that, Trinity. Whoever shall save his life shall lose it. Give me that. Give me that precept in 1 Corinthians.
I got it. It's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 15, and verse 31. I protest by your rejoicing, which I have in Christ our Lord. I die daily.
I what?
I die daily.
That's what you have to do. It's certain things that you can do to die daily, like fast. You see what I'm saying? If your flesh is in control, then you're not living the life that you're supposed to be living. You gotta look in the mirror every day and examine yourself. Okay, you need to fast more. That's how you kill the flesh. This is how you present your body a living sacrifice. Maybe I need to get a Most High more time. Maybe I need to take this more serious, man. You see what I'm saying? What do I have to do? Give me Sirach 35:1. What do I have to give the Most High? What type of sacrifices am I bringing the Most High? Is it pure? Is it acceptable? What does the Most High require of me? Give me that Sirach 35:1.
Go ahead.
Sirach 35:1. He that keepeth the law bringeth offerings enough. He that taketh
Read it again.
He that keepeth the law bringeth offerings enough.
So when you keep the law, you bring offering enough. That makes the offering fat. Hey, when you trying to figure out, okay, so you going through Deuteronomy, you going through Leviticus, you figuring out what laws. Hey, you counting the days on the feast days. That's beautiful. Hey, now you know how to track all the feast days from the first day of the year for Abib. Hey, you can go in there, you can break it down. Hey, you understand it. When you first came into this truth, you heard Feast of Dedication, Tabernacles and Atonement, and on the 10th day of the 7th month, and hey, none of that made sense. It made no, what the, on the new moon, on the third day, on the what? But now you know how to do these things. Why? Because you really into it. You presenting your body a living sacrifice. You holy into this thing. Give me that, Judah.
Matthew chapter 16 and verse 25.
Give me 24.
24. Then said Yahushua unto his disciples, If any man will come after me, let him deny himself.
Let him what?
Let him deny himself.
Hey, sacrifice. Read.
Take up his cross and follow me.
Read on.
For whosoever will save his life shall lose it.
Hey, if you try to save your life, you're going to lose it. Read.
And whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it.
You see that? So you have to sacrifice daily. You gotta lay down your life. You think it ain't things that I could be doing? You gotta understand that, man. Most men my age, they're not thinking about being a husband. They're not thinking about being a father. Most people in this world in general are thinking about what can I do to please me? If it don't benefit me, I don't want to be a part of it. That's the mind state and that's the lifestyle of the modern day American, whether black or so-called white. That's the mind state. But that's the opposite of what we're reading. So you see how hard it's gonna be. Read it again, Judah.
Starting from 24?
Yeah.
Right. Then said Yahushua unto his disciples, If any man will come up after me, let him deny himself.
You gotta sacrifice your life. You know what I'm saying? I know. And then it's crazy because I know it's like in this truth, it's almost like you really don't have a chance to be a kid because the world is so corrupt. It's not like you can go, y'all still children, but it's not like you can go to school like I went to school. When I went to school, you could go to school and you had a good lunch and they weren't polluting your food. Hey, there was no big hairy man that would come in there and ask you, do you feel like a girl? Mm-hmm. There was no transgender woman that would come and ask, hey, if you feel strong. Are you sure? Are you sure? Who do you identify with? Are you it? Are you us? Are you they? Are you we? You see? So all the things that was pure and innocent are not any longer. So it's almost like y'all fighting now. Y'all fighting now. But it's a beautiful thing because it's all going to be worth it. You see what I'm saying? It's all going to be worth it. Is it more on that, Judah? Read that.
And take up his cross and follow me.
You see that? So now you go to TikTok and see the girls your age. What are they doing? What are they doing? Y'all know what they doing, don't you? Mm-hmm. So give me that Revelations 11 and 2. We ain't gonna be long with this. We gonna get the dimensions of the temple real quick. We're gonna break it down.
11 and 2.
Yeah, give me 11 and 2.
Revelations chapter 11 and verse 2.
Hey, give me Judah, give me Jeremiah 4 and 7. Grace, give me Luke 21 and 24. David, give me Jeremiah 9 and 11. I need that bold. Give me that.
Revelations 11 and 2. But the court which is without the temple leave out, and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles.
To do what?
And the holy city they shall tread under foot 40 and 2 months.
You see that? So the Gentiles are going to be trading down the city of Jerusalem until the Most High come back, man. It tells us that more than one time. It tells us that all over the Bible. But give me concerning the Gentiles. Give me Jeremiah 4 and 7.
Okay. Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 7. The lion is come up from the thicket, and the destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way.
No, the Savior of the Gentiles.
The destroyer of the Gentiles.
No, Christ is coming back to save the Gentiles.
The destroyer of the Gentiles
Is what?
is on his way.
Yahweh Shah is on his way to destroy the Gentiles for what they done to his chosen people, to destroy the Gentiles for dividing his land. Hey, these people have done everything that the Most High said not to do. He said, don't destroy my earth. He said, I'm going to destroy him that destroys the earth. They've done that. They said, he told you, don't take my people into captivity. Hey, give me that. Let me get that. What is that? Numbers. He that stealeth a man and selleth a man. And if you be found in his hand, he should surely be put to death. Give me that real quick. So let's go to some of the things that he did as to why he can't be saved. Give me Exodus 21 and 16.
Exodus chapter 21 and verse, is that 16?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Exodus chapter 21 verse 16. And he that stealeth a man and
Right.
selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
So they did that. They stole a man and they sold a man. And they refused to let us go. Give me Revelations 11 and 18, Judah.
Okay.
This is why the Gentiles can't be a part of this, man. Because they broke all the covenants of the earth, man. Give me that. Revelations 11 and 18.
Revelation chapter 11 verse 18. And the nations were angry, and the wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and to them which fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth.
Destroy them that what?
Which destroy the earth.
Right? So give me Ezekiel 36 and 5. So these are the things, every covenant, every law that the Most High put in place in the earth not to do, they did. And you got people saying that Gentiles can be saved. Like, what you say will not supersede what the Most High put in place, man. He put these things in place for a reason. It's just, we're to the point in life where people don't respect these words. And you can go to a Christian and say, thus saith the Lord, and they'll, just because they don't like it, they'll say you're taking it out of context. So you can read the same exact thing somewhere else in the Bible, because that's how you do it. You precept it. And they'll say, you know, I don't like that. You taking it out of context. We living in a world where people don't respect these words. Make sure that you respect these words. Make sure these words are everything to you, that you honor them. Give me that Ezekiel 36 and 5. So the Most High said the Gentiles can't be a part of this. and their ass can't be a part of this, man. Give me that, it's not meat to get the children's bread into dogs.
I got that. I got one too.
You got one too? Give me that, Shanetta. I want you to give me Ezekiel 36 and 5.
It's in Matthew. It's probably like 15 something. 16.
15:26. What I'll tell you, give me Ezekiel 36 and 5.
Okay.
Whoever get it first.
Ezekiel chapter 36 and verse 5.
Read that.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen.
The residue of the who?
Of the heathen.
The Gentiles. Read.
And against all Idumea,
Idumea, Esau. Idumea is Esau, the heathen. Read.
which have appointed my land into their possession.
That's what they did. They appoint. Hold on. Let's get this real quick. They appointed the land. Can you put that back on there, Trinity? Yeah, Idumea is the one that put these Jewish people in the land. Keep reading, Judah. Which have what?
Which have appointed my land into their possession.
That's what they did, man. They divided the land of Jerusalem, and they gave part of it. I believe in 1948, they gave part of it to these Khazars. They're not Jews, right? Because the Most High said, look, when the Jews inhabit the land, it's gonna be without walls. One.
Such a holy site.
You see that?
Why is it so controversial?
Now,
I think that's the exact purpose.
Listen.
Because it's so holy. And
read it one more time. Read it one more time.
I have spoken against the residue of the heathen,
Mm-hmm.
and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession, with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds.
With what?
With despiteful minds.
Read on.
To cast it out for a prey.
You see that? So now the heathens are appointed. They have control of the land. Now you can go to your grocery store. You can go to your library. You can go right down the park and see some women that look just like them. Now, how the hell are they in control?
Christian, Jews, and Muslims all feel like this is their place of worship, and so it's very controversial of who's going to actually end up on this mount.
Do you think the three religions could share the Temple Mount?
Personally, I don't, but there is a huge movement about coexisting on the Temple Mount. And even recently, within the last 2 weeks, I know about a meeting between Christians and Muslims and Jews who all are talking about what are the possibilities and how could they establish both a temple and a mosque on the Temple Mount.
What kind of plans are being made to build a third temple?
There are actually quite a few, and depending on the group that you talk to, different architectural designs have been made. So one group is doing a design more like Herod's temple, and it would be on the Temple Mount, and I don't believe that they would have a mosque that would be there. There are other groups that are more focused on the design that's given in Ezekiel, chapters 40 through 48, which is the next structure in Scripture that God said to build a temple in this way. And then even some archaeological research has been done recently that would say that the Holy of Holies is not under the Dome of the Rock, which is the most common assumption, but a little bit to the north. And that's why the coexist movement is moving forward, is because it's possible that...
You see that? So now these people have divided the land and they appointed it to their own possession, and they talking about a one world religion, one for all. When the Most High said, "Be ye holy." You see that? So give me. You had a precept. So give me Luke 21. That's what happens when the heathens get your land. Look what they did to America. I mean, America was beautiful. Assyria. It was beautiful before they got here. It was full of buffaloes. I remember even when I was a kid, and you could wake up and it'd be birds. Birds would wake you up when I was a kid. You could go out and eat berries.
Yep.
It was purple berries. It was raspberries. It was plums. It was pears. It was apples. It was fruit everywhere. It was bugs everywhere. You could catch lightning bugs and big grasshoppers and butterflies, right? It was wild stuff. It's like wild tomatoes and rhubarbs and wild vegetables. Where's all that stuff? Even like 5 years ago, I used to take your mom down to the thing. We catch fish, and and cook them fresh. You go down there all day, you don't catch one damn fish, man.
Oh, they got the trackers in the fish.
Yeah, we went down there to fish. We caught one fish, and the damn fish had a metal tracker on him. He had a what do you call it, Shanetta?
It was a tracking device.
A tracking device, a GPS. Esau done caught the fish and put a GPS signal in it. So, and these are the people that are appointed to our land, man. They divided our land. And they put us, give me Luke 21 and 24. So these people can't be a part of the building, man. The only part of the building they gonna get, be a part of, is literally building. Give me that Isaiah 60. Isaiah 60 and verse 10. Give me that Luke 21 and 24.
Luke 21 and 24.
Read that.
And they shall fall by the edge of the sword.
These people came and got us out of our land in the most vicious and brutal way. They said they threw our babies from the tops of buildings on the concrete. Hey, they took women and young women your age and slaughtered them. They slaughtered men, women, and child, man. They killed these people right here. Slaughtered us in the most brutal manner. Read.
And shall be led away captive.
And then the ones that they didn't kill, and they put in chains. And then they spread you to the four corners of the earth and erase your history so you would no longer know that you're the real Jew. You're the real Israelite. Read on.
And to all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles.
You see that? So a second time. Jerusalem shall be trodden down by the Gentiles. How many times the Most High have to tell you? He just told you in Revelations 11 and 2 that Jerusalem gonna be trodden down by the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. He just told you in Luke 21 and 24. Give me that, David. Give me Jeremiah, what's that, 9 and 11?
Yeah.
Give me that.
Jeremiah chapter 9 and verse 11.
Read.
And I'll make Jerusalem heaps.
Heaps, man. Now you can't grow stuff over there. Grass don't grow over there. Trees don't grow. Look, well, they might got a few. They might got a few, but you got to understand, this was the Garden of Eden. It was beautiful, man. All types of majestic birds and animals. And, hey, it was beautiful over there. But now it's heaps. It's a bunch of stones. Read on.
In a den of dragons.
A den of what?
Dragons.
So now Jerusalem is a den of dragons. Let's watch that one more time, man. Let's watch that one more time.
It could be.
A den of dragons. Watch this. First, let's see what the den of dragons look like.
Which I think is kind of odd, that it's almost like the fear of snakes has been built into people as they grow
See
up.
that?
I do not like snakes because they're a little unpredictable.
So the Lord said he was going to make Jerusalem a den of dragons. The Lord said, hey, to the Gentiles would be, that Jerusalem will be trodden down by the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Right? So let's get into it. Look at that. Heaps upon heaps of damn serpents, man. Large serpents. That's what a dragon is. A large serpent. So the Lord said he's gonna make this place a den of dragons. See that? So it's overpopulated with heathens. You see? So give me let me get Philippians 1 and 6 real quick. Philippians 1 and 6. Give me Ephesians 2 and 20.
Philippians chapter 1, verses 6.
Read.
Being confident of this very thing,
That what?
that he which hath begun a good work, and you will perform it unto the day of Yahushua.
So we're being built into the coming of the Most High. And you gotta be confident that the Most High will finish that work that He's begun in you. Hey, this is a great building. Why? Give me Ephesians 2:20.
Ephesians 2:20.
Read.
And are built upon the foundations of the apostles.
Upon what?
Of the apostles.
So this temple is being built upon the foundation of the apostles, the 12. And then you got the 144. Read.
And prophets.
And what?
And prophets.
Read.
Yahushua himself being the chief cornerstone.
Mm-hmm.
In whom all the building fitly framed together groweth into a holy temple in the Lord.
See that? So all the pieces fitly, they flow together perfect. Read on.
In whom ye also are builded together for a habitation of God through the Spirit.
Why? So you'll understand when you watch the breakdowns, you hear this common word. You'll keep hearing edify. When you go to the etymology of edify, means to be built up. So that's what the brothers are telling you. Most High willingness was edifying. And they building up this temple. They building up the people. Right? So give me Matthew 16 and 17. Matter of fact, yeah, give me Matthew 16 and 17.
I have two precepts.
Oh, bring them up. My bad.
Numbers 35 and 33 through 34.
Right.
So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are,
Why?
for blood it defileth the land.
Blood defileth the land. Read.
And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
You see that? So you can't do that. You can't just go around hunting animals for fun. Hey man, it's like you can take us out of the equation. You can say, because they'll tell you, hey, they've been trained psychologically to think that the so-called Black American life don't mean anything. Like that's embedded in them. So when you complain about your plight, they'll tell you to shut up because your life don't mean nothing to them. Hey, they'll say you get more time for killing a dog than you'll get for killing a so-called young black lady or a young black man or a father or mother. Why? So when you complain about what they've done to you, they tell you to shut up. But the Lord said, read it again.
So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are.
Right?
For blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
Right. So the land can't be cleansed until you have to purge those that shed innocent blood. So my point was you can take the so-called Black American out of the equation. You still killed all the animals. What about the Native Americans? What about the buffalo? You see what I'm saying? What about the children of Issachar, the so-called Mexicans that you got in cages that you still haven't found? What about them? What about the I can't tell you how many thousands of women that's coming up missing in the slave trade, sex trade, every year. So these people, they've done everything that you wasn't supposed to do, and they think they got no recompense coming. They think that they gonna just waltz in the kingdom with their hand on your shoulder like this, Julie. Yeah, what we doing today? They think they gonna, hey, go give me something. No, that's not how it's gonna work, man. They gotta go into slavery. They gotta go into slavery. So give me Matthew 16 and 17. You had that?
Matthew.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Defile not therefore the land which ye shall inhabit.
Read it again.
Defile not therefore the land which ye shall inhabit.
Yeah, don't defile it, man. Don't start passing homosexual rights. Don't take the rainbow which is pure and then make it defiled. You see what I'm saying? Don't tell the women to be as strong as you can be. Hey, you gotta think about it. Think about it. Now, when you go to the movies and you see the so-called white woman, she's always innocent. She's always humble. She's always quiet. And she always needs a savior. You see what I'm saying? Everybody wants, hey, Superman is busting through walls to save damn Lois Lane. Or is that Spider-Man? Both, right? You ever seen Lois Lane get loud? You ever seen her just be strong? You never seen Lois Lane be strong, have you? But look at damn Viola. Good damn Viola. She the new nigga king.
King woman.
The king woman. They should have put it the nigga woman. Black Panther starring the nigga woman, Viola. We gonna change it, yeah, Viola, whatever. So those things are abominable. You don't take women and tell them to be men. You don't take men and tell them to be women. And why are they doing that to our people? Why y'all can't be soft spoken? You see what I'm saying? Why y'all don't need a Superman? Y'all need a Superman. Why you have to be mighty and strong? Why they betray y'all that way? That's not what y'all are. Y'all precious, man. And y'all soft-spoken. And y'all gentle. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 56, man. The Lord said y'all soft-spoken and gentle and humble and submissive. Esau said you can do it better than a man. You can be stronger than him. Esau said don't bow down. Hey, and then they bit the bait.
We ain't submitting to no nigga.
And you look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, man. You look like Arsenio Hall. You got no hair. You so masculine that you growing a beard and a mustache. That stuff has an effect. We don't. Hey, nobody wanna. I'm gonna just leave that alone. Give me. I'm gonna leave that alone. Give me that. What I call Deuteronomy 28 and 56. Give me that.
Deuteronomy 28 and 56.
Read that.
The tender and delicate woman.
No, the loud mouth.
The tender and delicate woman.
No, the mighty woman.
The tender and delicate woman.
The nigga king.
The tender and delicate woman.
The tender and delicate woman. That's what the Most High said. Give me what's that? Lamentations 6 and 1. Give me that. Lamentations 6 and 1. Quick on that sword. Most High said she was tender and delicate and precious, man. But Esau told you something else. Give me that.
It only goes to 4.
Lamentations 6. Liking, is that Jeremiah 6? Give me Jeremiah. He liking Jerusalem.
Jeremiah 2 and 6.
2 and 6. The wild.
Jeremiah chapter 2 and verse 6.
Read that.
Jeremiah chapter 2 and verse 6. Neither said they.
6 and 2.
Jeremiah 6 and verse 2. I have likened the daughter of Zion.
The daughter of who?
Of Zion.
The daughter of who?
Of Zion.
To what?
To a comely and
A
delicate.
beautiful and what?
And delicate woman.
No, hard woman.
And delicate woman.
Deep bass voice woman.
A delicate woman.
No, a hard nigga woman.
A delicate woman.
No, bald head, loud mouth, right hand hook, overhand throwing woman.
A delicate woman.
No, she got a mean right hook.
A delicate woman.
No, she got a bad uppercut.
A delicate woman.
No, she put that back smack down like The Rock.
A delicate woman.
Now, why are women beating up our men now? When the Most High said, you supposed to be delicate. And you go on, you watch these videos and all you see is shut up, B. I'll run this, nigga, you ain't nothing. So all these things Esau, he created. Esau systematically broke down the so-called African-American home. And he told you that you didn't need a man. But the Most High told you that you was created for a helpmeet unto Adam. So this place is that those are abominable things. Anytime you go against the Most High, that's an abomination, man. The Most High creates you and tell you that you made for man. And then Esau tell you that you don't need a man. The Most High tell you that you was comely and beautiful and delicate. And then Esau tell you strong, mighty, and you like a rock. You can play in sports. You can wrestle. You could be in football. You could be at the damn front line. You could dunk. You can dunk and smoke weed. And then you could be a girl with a girlfriend. You see what I'm saying? So all these things are abominations, man. Keep reading, Trinity.
Wherein I dwell.
Read from the top.
Defile not therefore the land.
That's defiling, man. Which what?
Which ye shall inhabit.
Read on.
Wherein I dwell, for I the Lord dwell among the children of Israel.
Read. What else you had?
2nd Esdras 6 and 9.
Give me that.
For Esau is the end of the world.
Man, Esau, this world is ending. Anybody got eyes to see and ears to hear can see it. Hey, if it was never time to get your life right with the Most High and go out in a blaze, it's not. Cause Esau world is finished, man. Read it again.
For Esau is the end of the world,
Read on.
and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
We got next, man. We got next. We got next. So
Have a precept.
bring it out.
Daniel 7:18.
Read that.
But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom
For how long?
forever, even forever and ever.
That's right, man. We're gonna take the kingdom. And the Most High is almost complete building his temple. Now, there's a lot of more precepts that I could have went through, but give me Ecclesiastes 1 and 5. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you a little bit more, and then we're gonna end there, right? So it's give me Hosea 6 and 1. So it was a time that we wasn't built. It was a time that we was torn down. It was a time that we thought that we was African Americans and niggas. But it's not the time for that no more. It's the time to realize that you were the chosen children of God, that you're an Israelite, and that comes with power. You hear me, Yasha? That comes with power. That comes with authority, right? And that power and authority is that the Most High is going to provide and protect you. You know what I'm saying? That comes with, that all women need to know you don't have to be strong no more. The time for that is over with. It's time for our woman to realize you don't have to be strong no more. It's time for you to be weak again. The Most High created you the weaker vessel. It's okay. We want to see our women cry. We want to see you submissive. We want to see you pure and delicate. We want to see you soft smoking. Why? That's going to trigger Jake. You see what I'm saying? The more soft and humble you are, the more mighty he gonna get. That's what that lion do. He not gonna let nobody touch his pride. You see that? That lion ain't gonna let nobody touch. Now just imagine if every time the lion came around and the lionesses jumped him. They went share the food with him. They jumped him, you know. They had 3 lionesses on his tail, 1 on his mane, and 1 on his arm, and 1 in his damn ear. How long you think he gonna stay? Oh, y'all can protect y'all own damn self. Shit, I'm out of here. Hey, but them lionesses, they know. They'll call for that lion. And look, a lion coming out the thicket, the destroyer of the Gentiles. He is on the way, man. So our women, hey, y'all don't have to be tough no more. You see what I'm saying? Judah gonna protect you. David's gonna protect you, man. He'll do it. So what you got? What you had? You had another precept? I thought you had. I said Hosea 6 and 1. So what was the time? Give me Ecclesiastes 1 and 5.
Ecclesiastes 1 and 5.
Read that.
The sun also ariseth, and the sun goeth
3
down.
and 5. Salaki.
Ecclesiastes 3 and 5.
Read that.
A time to cast away stones.
It was a time to lose stones. So the Most High, hey, certain man was lost in this world. Precious, beautiful jewels, calling themselves niggas. But guess what? Read.
And a time to gather stones.
So now the Most High is gathering these stones together for this beautiful building. Read on.
A time to embrace.
Uh-huh.
And a time to refrain from embracing.
Read on.
A time to get and a time to lose.
Uh-huh.
A time to keep and a time to cast away.
Read on.
A time to rend and a time to sow.
Uh-huh.
A time to keep silence and a time to speak.
Give me verse 2.
Verses 2. A time to be born and a time to die.
Uh-huh.
A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted.
Read on.
A time to kill and a time to heal.
Mm-hmm.
A time to break down and a time to build up.
A time to what?
A time to break down.
So it was a time to break us down. See, we got Jerusalem was trampled by the heathens and we were scattered. So it was a time to break down, but what?
And a time to build up.
That time is up. It's a time to build up. It's a time to love one another, man. It's a time to embrace, right? Give me, what was that? Matthew Give me that. Now give me Hosea 6. Give me Hosea 6.
I got it.
And give me Matthew 12 and 30. Give me that.
Hosea chapter 6 and verse 1.
Read.
Come, and let us return unto the Lord, for he hath torn, and he will heal us.
Right, so he tore us down for the sins that we committed. But now we're returning to our Father. Read on.
He hath smitten, and he will bind us up.
Read.
After 2 days he will revive us.
After what?
After 2 days he will revive us.
And what?
And after the 3rd day he will rise us up.
On the 3rd day, he gonna rise us up. Yahweh Shai just told us. He told us. He said 2 days. He said, destroy this temple, and in 3 days I'll build it up. And they said it took us how many days to build this? Give me that, Shanetta. So give me that last part again, Judah. Give me verse 2. Verse 2. Y'all should give me that that Matthew that we had earlier. John 2 and 18 and through 21. Give me that.
Okay. After 2 days will he revive us, and in the 3rd day he will rise us up.
Right, on the 3rd day we're gonna rise up. So give me that, Yasha. John 2 and 18.
John chapter 2 and verse 18.
Read that.
Then answered the Jews and said unto him, What sign showest thou unto us, seeing thou doest these things? Yahushua answered and said unto them, Destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it up.
He was talking about us. He was talking about us. Give me Revelations 11 and 11. Y'all should give me Ezekiel 37 and 1.
Revelations chapter 11 and verse 11.
Read.
After 3 days.
After what?
After 3 days.
After who?
After 3
He
days.
said on the 3rd day, I'm going to rise this temple up. He was talking about us. Read.
And in half spirit of life.
The what?
And half spirit of life from God entered into them.
So after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life of God entered, that breath of life, enter into us, and then what?
And they stood up upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which I saw them.
You see that? So that's what we're doing. And that's why the nations are afraid. Hey, as soon as the Israelites start rising up, you hear wars and rumors of wars. You hear this, you hear that. They're just trying to buy themselves time. Why they come up with a plan to tear us down again. But we're not, this is spirit of life in us that you can't take away. Only God can get it, and only the Most High can take that away. Give me Ezekiel 37, Yasha.
Ezekiel 37 and 1.
Read that.
The hand of the Lord was upon me, and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord.
So all this is through the spirit. And you got to see it through the spirit. Read.
And set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones.
Full of bones. That's what you see. That's what you see when you look on TikTok and you see your sister and she naked and she twerking. And she got, she got a bottle of Douce and she got a blunt. You know what I'm saying? She's dead. She's dry. That's the condition of our people. When you see Jake, and he plotting on his brother. He killing his brother on the next street over. And he's selling his best friend's mother drugs. You see what I'm saying? He's the reason why, the little kid across the street don't have nothing to eat. Because he sold all the drugs to his mother and she don't have no more money to buy food. All that's dead, man. So the Most High said, we did that. Read on. Verse 2.
Verse 2. And caused me to pass by them round about. And behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry.
Read on.
And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live?
Right. Can Jerusalem be what it was? Can we be this great mighty nation that we once were? Because right now you're looking at us and we're dry. You're looking at the only thing you see is niggas, man. A bunch of niggas. And amongst all the nations of the earth, we the ones that's doing all the folly. When you look at the internet, when you look at it as a whole, we're the ones doing all the folly. And all the rest of the nations are surrounding us and looking in and making money and making mockery off what we do. So we're dead. So the spirit is looking, saying, hey, y'all once ruled the earth. You once had a crown. You had a majesty. You had a robe, and it was silk, purple, and it was trimmed in gold. Right? You had a family. You had a name. You see what I'm saying? Right? Can you return to that? Is what the Most High is saying. So give me verse 9.
Verse 9. Then said he unto me, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus saith the Lord God, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain that they may live.
And that breath is the prophecy. That's what calls you to rise when you hear Deuteronomy 28. That 28th chapter, man, it's something about that 28th chapter when it's spoken to you. Hey, you take a deep breath, and then your brain start pumping and your heart start beating. You see what I'm saying? And then that life, you start understanding, damn, I'm not black, I'm brown. Wow. How can I be African and American? And then you need some water. You set up, you need some, with your head spinning and everything going fast. Everything going fast, and you don't sleep. You stay up for 3 days trying to make this a lot. You're trying to figure out, how to prove it wrong. And you can't. You're looking at the Bible scriptures, and all of a sudden you're searching history. You're going here, you're going there, and you're trying to, hey man, hold on. So you telling me that all this stuff happened to my forefathers and I'm the chosen one? And that's why I'm in this land. They calling me a nigga. That's why every time I turn on the TV, there's another Floyd George. There's another Breonna Taylor. That this is all Bible prophecy. Hey, this is what causes you to rise up and live again. Then you stop thinking like a nigga. You get out the Christian church, because that's full of dead bones, right? Because he's preaching, he's getting that money, and he got white Jesus behind him. You resurrect up out of that, man. So keep reading, verse 10.
Verse 10. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived and stood up upon their feet, an exceeding great army.
That's what we are now. That's what you see. You see men willing to die for this, man. Die for the truth. Die for their families. Die for their brethren. But that's all I had. I had a lot more, but I think we just gonna end there. We gonna end there. We're gonna give all praise to the Most High. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah. You can end it.